Greetings.
You're not nuts. I'm finally here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome on in, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Welcome on in, Mike. Very glad to see both of you. And let's get this show on the road. So, excuse me, long story short, we are back on the server. Today is going to be a diggy day, but my inventory is still all full of things. And I want to see if I actually remember to do what I was planning to do when I left off. Oh, that's the south side. That's part of it. Okay. Lunchbox swap. We need real food. I was mucking around with leftovers of old food off camera because I have a ton of chicken to get rid of eventually, but we need good food while we're working for real. Alright, so this one can go there. These are project boxes. Okay, great. And that is it looks like I have crimson. These are the leftovers from the other day, so that's great. And Mama Bear says I need to go picking up stuff in the mailbox, so let's start there. Oh, good grief, this is not good. I really left things in quite a state. Alright, so sorry for the ad break. I do apologize for that. Oh, and it's in a horrible spot so you can't see. Fantastic. That is what it is, I suppose. Let me just see if I can. Well, it's lit. No, I want bricks. This one, move you. I don't really necessarily want to make a mess out of things, but this might not be a bad idea. Put it here-ish, and then we'll just drop it down a bit. There, that'll do. It's subtle, not in your face. There we go. All right. Bobby is an upgrade again. So there were some people in Discord who were interested in knowing what Bobby is and why I use Bobby. Long story made late. Okay. Long story made super short. 3D. Bobby is an add-on, a mod for Java. Oh, that was fast. There must be caves under there. But Bobby's a Java add-on that allows me to be able to see much, much further. Now, I mean, you still can't see a ton. And I think, yeah, this is definitely more than 12 chunks, so I have Bobby turned on. Escape mods. So this one allows you to see greater distances, right? And it's got dynamic world management, so basically what that means is a local cache is started on each world change. So if there's enough chunks of similar content, they'll be merged. Which usually seems to work here, but sometimes if I've been away for a while and enough changes on the server, I get a little bit of bloat at my end just because it has more chunks going on, or more things changed. So the long story being short, okay. A long story being short on this one is that the single player doesn't count. But what it does is it means that I can actually take my render distance, video settings, view, render distance here. I can blow it all up to 32 chunks without actually affecting that on the server, because I think the server's down at like, I don't know, depending which one you talk about. Sometimes it sounds like 8, sometimes it sounds like 10, I've heard 12, I don't know. Every season it seems to shift a little bit based on what people need. I don't really need shadow distance that far, that's kind of stupid. Let's make that 12. And sim distance doesn't need to be 32, what's this? No, certainly no. That could be like 5 for all I care. Let's go 8 for that. Okay, but the point being, this distance, render distance, is the big one. And that just means that I can actually see all the way out. See? This one, it's because they're preloaded, and it's local, so that just loads really darn fast. If I had to load from the server, then it'd be problematic. Now, it's per dimension, so if we go into the nether, if stuff has changed on the roof or down below, it's going to ask us to redo it, to update, which is fine. I don't mind. Okay, what do we got here? Let's go. We're gonna glitch through the building anyways. Just do these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I'm gonna try and get indoors, but that's fine. I'm gonna move these guys one at a time because they snapped off of the things the other day, and that was not great. So this, come here, buddy. Let's start far away. Go. Oh, that one. Gotcha. Come with these. Are you the only one? Oh, there's one more. This guy. Hello. You can come over here. What happened is one of them broke free, and I honestly don't know quite why or how, but he did, and he was gone for a few days, and then he just mysteriously showed up again. So he's indoors because I didn't realize he was a runaway. But anyways, he finally wanted to come back, and I got him inside hanging out with the one who's spare, yes. The one who I used for helping us get more. How's that? And I figure I'll bring him out eventually. We'll have 8 eventually. Why? Because we can, I suppose. Hey, you. That's what happened the last time I tried to move these guys in a bunch. Is some of them started doing that runaway thing. Dude. Here. Over there. Your buddies. No, you can't have the boxes. I'm going to take the leaf boxes inside, so stop stressing. Eco currently has shifted. We're looking at miscellaneous 2 films about insects or bugs. Now, it does not say it has to be real ones. So I'm gonna get that one rolling real fast, and we're gonna go with how about can't even think today. Sorry. How about ants and A Bug's Life? That'll be a good start. That's it. Project boxes, these are empty. What's that? That's dirt. We don't need that. Not at the moment. This one is more dirt. That's not quite full. That's full. Put these up here. That one's stone. That's more stone. That one's not quite full. Wrong one. What we're aiming to do for today's project here is you can see that not all of the picture has been uncovered. So I'm going to attempt to get it to reload everything and show you actually the picture as opposed to the gibbled piece it's got. But let's move the boxes first because it's a little easier that way. This one. This one needs to move. Oh, everything seems to be going crazy. Alright, so now we can go this way. We just did that one the other day, so I'm going to roll that one right away. 2 games over 200 years old. What? Oh, 2 games over 200 years old. Sorry, for a second there I was like, you're not talking video games, because that's not possible. But I see what they mean. Okay, so we're not chopping trees much, but we might need these. So I'm going to keep them, but I'm going to keep them off to the side here so that I know the difference between pre-chop materials and the other stuffs. What's that? Okay. to you too. What's this? Stone and sticks. Okay, I'm gonna take these two back. This one. There we go. So we'll go with switch. Sticks, you know, and stones, those things that'll break your bones. Come on. This is oak logs and dark oak leaves. What have we got? I just need them out of my inventory. Birch saplings. Okay, like that. And that one should be logs. Okay, what is this one? Leaves, dark oak logs, dark oak leaves. And that one was regular oak logs. Okay, so oak leaves can go up here. Why am I missing? Birch? Birch. Okay, good. It's not what I thought it was, so that's fine. It's not really there. That'll work. So much for knowing the difference. This is right. Dirt that wasn't full. Stones and dirt. This is the random everything box. Okay. That's fine. Project box, what are you? Take that. Sort. This one. Sort. This one. Sort. That one. Sort. Sort. I love this. Inventory profiles next. Most of the time. And sometimes I don't. Let's go with terracotta in this one. I guess brown wool and gray wool I'm going to know is not supposed to be there, so that's fine. Probably should have gone in a wool-related box. But that's okay, there's places for everything. Toolbox. You can go right there. We know that you don't belong. Nice. See that it's nighttime. This one. There. Organization is not one of my strong suits. There we go. Close enough. Underground foreman, huh? Oh, that guy. I'm not even sure where he is. He's probably down here somewhere annoying these people. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I see. Okay. They're over here. And they're hanging out repeatedly because you can see the villagers inside. Alright. So, got space. Now I need... Oh. Swap tools. These can go in here. Where did I put the shovel? In my own inventory. Woohoo! Smart. Alright. And I want to be able to fly. Let's move this one. I think we're good. Alright. That keeps saying alright, which is not necessarily the case. Can I? Placements. I'm going to try off and then on. There we go. That'll do. But I want to just get rid of the picture part because I don't really need that. Visuals. Let's hide the blocks for a second. This one. And that will tell us what we need to clear out. Right, because we still get the errors. Whoa, that's not what I want. Hit F5. Doesn't help. Yes, I know. I want this one. So we can see we've got a ways to go of things that are wrong. Light blue is where the schematic is, and then everything else is where it's wrong. And I guess we have to deal with this hole. I don't want to deal with the hole. I'm like doing everything I can to avoid dealing with the hole. Okay. Guess there's nothing for it. We just start digging, right? Right. We will make a point of going to the mailbox, but I'll save that for a few minutes just because we don't need stuff right now. This is saying it's the wrong color, and I don't know why. Oh no, it just happens to be red. Ah, I get it. It happens to be red. Rather than being the wrong color in the wrong place, it's right. Oh, yes. There we go. Siri is fast today, yes. We have... Well, one of the reasons I like Siri being fast is that if I wait and let that message stay long enough, then that person ends up in the in the credits. We already have a problem with the fact that the raid message thing got changed, so that it turns out the person we're raiding ends up in the list of people who chatted, which is not the case. But oh well, it happens, right? I should probably start at the top. No, start with the easiest part. Peter, what? 2 films which food fight appears. Ah, Hook! For sure. Hey, Piggy. So, coloring-wise, I apologize to those who may have color vision issues. That we're using red errors on top of... with a light blue frame on the green. It was just easier for me that way. Oh, I tried chopping that. Okay. That's gonna drive the other guys nuts, but whatever. We have so much else to get rid of. Yeah. Hook is one of my favorite films. I absolutely love it. Because, yeah, when Toodles loses, or well, is looking for his marbles, and Peter asks him what he's looking for, he says, "I've lost my marbles." And the look on William's face is just... He does a very good look of confusion and pity all in one. And as you guys have no doubt figured out, I am a ridiculously huge fan of some of Maggie Smith's work. So the fact that they had Maggie Smith playing Wendy was not lost on me. And honestly, I think I may have seen her in Hook before just about anything else. That's 1 film. We need another one, though. I don't think we have 2 yet. Okay, this is proving a little more confusing for me. Let's see what we can do on the temp waypoints. We're going to get rid of the existing ones. And remove. Waypoint, hello. No. Waypoint. Remove. I'm going to get rid of these 4 temporary waypoints we don't really need. And just put them on the corners of the art so that I can figure out just how far out we need to go. Ooh, and I'm standing near skellies and whatnot, so that's not ideal either. Okay, let's see, where is the corner of this one? Configure, we've got... Placement origin is the top left corner, which is the one I'm searching for, so that's perfect. 3152 and 4431. So we've got roughly 3152, 4431. That's this corner here. I'll figure it out when I get really close, but that's a good one. Waypoint, temp waypoint. And then we can just easily square off from there. So I'm going to come out this way. We go to Paul's shoulder, add another one, and then come down this direction and add the third. And I don't need a fourth because, excuse me, because there's no problem over here. We're good. All right, so now I can see these pins, which let me know just how far back I have to go. Okay. Animal House. Oh, okay. I don't recall. Actually, I don't think I've seen Animal House, to be honest with you. Horror of horrors. I have not seen Animal House. Okay, we have... Do I need... Oops, wrong one. Do I need to have... It looks like it's all birch back through here. So I don't need the oak guys, which means I can double up on the birch. Or I can have dirt collectors, and that's probably a smart idea. What do I have right now? So I've got dirt, oak log, okay, dark oak. Okay, so I was obviously collecting down the side. So we're going to need birch leaves. We've got that. Got a sapling. And we need... Let's start with that one. Okay, so you dirt dude, keep your job. Actually, no, we'll let the other guy have his job. So I need an empty spot, an empty hand. Hey, you, come here. This one, but you can have. Hey, don't go anywhere, buddy. No, for Pete's sake, come back here. I want to give you a job. B, come here. Come get. Wow, yeah, punk. Fine, be that way. Okay, that one had to. Why are they all going up there? It's like, I don't want a job. I'm going to fly away from you just so I can't get a job. Well, I can't give you a haircut, so you got to get a real job. Okay? That one's fine. That one's fine. What's this? Third guy's dirt. You. Leaves, grass, dirt. So the oak log guy can get a new job. That one can get a new job wherever he went. Hey, you, buddy. Ah, this one can have a new job. So he was dark oak. And I have to give that one his job back. 1, 2, 3. Leave saplings thing. I need sticks, right? That's the last one. So what are you? Birch leaves. You can be stick guy, because I already have a birch leaf guy. I'm gonna put this stuff away and sleep, and then see what we need. Cool. Oh, probably. Actually, there is one in a very small food fight, I guess you could say, in Ernest Scared Stupid. I'm gonna roll this though, because in Ernest Scared Stupid, he thinks that he needs to throw Miak at the monsters, but it's not. He has to pour milk on them, which is even funnier. Okay, so Mike, your comment about having been into food fights would also qualify for today's question of the day. Tell us an embarrassing or funny story from when you were a kid, but it doesn't have to be about you. Yeah, unlikely that's North. Okay, let's see what we got. The oak one is the only one that doesn't have a job useful at the moment. So let's see, what have I got over there? I have, looking at the mess, for me, seeds, I think, is probably the most useful one to make that one pick up. For you. Dude, no, this one. Come back here. You need a new job. There, okay, now I think I've got enough stuff that I can trade off. This there. Nope, not oak leaves. That one can go. Nope, where did I put? What's that? Oh, saplings for those were over here. They didn't have a whole ton of them. So how I remembered where that box was, I'm not really sure. And leaves. Sticks. Okay, and then everything else. I'm gonna let them pick up the seeds for now because it's always compostable. Project stuff. Alright, I think we're close enough. See, Mike Burton says you were in college. And a tradition at the Citadel was to dress the knobs or the freshmen as pilgrims. Oh, and then Thanksgiving mess ended with a food fight. Gotcha. That's kind of cool. Yes. I believe so. Yeah, I think I do, because I haven't gotten any more since the chunk that we used on the weekend. Is Mama Bear bored? Because, although it's the wrong server, I know somebody who used some good digging. I let 8 of them go, and I got 7 leads back. Not quite sure how that happened. You would think that I would find the 8th one laying around as an entity, but apparently not, so we're down a lead. Oh well. I guess that's just the way life is today. I have a full 8 just because I had 1 spare, and I'm just going to get to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't count. 3, 6, 7. Didn't I have 8 guys? Come on. No, I had 7 out here. Okay. 7. Right. So if I get the 8th, he'll be inside. Ooh. You're following me. Actually, I'm going to head to this first marker, just clean out 1 point, and then come across the top. I do not want to do it, Sam. I am. It makes no sense at all. Oops, that's a pickup. Alright. I just want to get in here enough that I can chop out the tree. You. Oh, that's not good either. You are very, very helpful. I appreciate it. No, I do appreciate it. I know that sounds quite rude when I say, are you bored? I actually really mean it. Thank you very much. And you surprised me because you're so much faster than I am. And I would love to be able to focus on just making stuff sometimes. Because I find that oh so relaxing. But on the other hand, I will say mud is a pain in the butt. If I had to take a pick between the two things, I would take making mud over, I would take cutting crimson easily over making mud any day of the week. Good seeing. I did not take good Dramamine today. Lovely. Should have known better. Oh well. We're going to do some more dirt digging in a second layer, but I want to check it out. After senior year, you had a new mess hall. We had the food fight anyway, and everybody got in trouble. Wow. So they were mad. They were really mad. Yeah. They're gonna call it a mess hall. Come on. You gotta expect a mess. Isn't that how it goes? mean, a mess, really, I know what they mean by it. Like, mess is supposed to be the mess on your plate. But, honestly, people are people. Sometimes when something's a tradition and it's good for morale, destroying someone's morale by getting them in so much trouble for that, for something that's cleanable. I mean, if you guys actually damaged the mess hall, okay, fine. But if you just made a huge physical mess and people had to clean it, you know, give some people some really crummy duty for a while or something. Like, I don't know, latrines or KP or something. But, yeah. I don't like food fights. I generally don't approve of them on the whole. However, they have, on a time, occasion had, you know, a place. I've never been in a food fight. I've been around when food fights have happened, but I'm one of those people who just like exit the scene going, yup, not for me. Yeah. It just seems like quite a large number of people have. And I mean, if I had to be in any sort of fight, I'd rather be in a food fight than a fist fight. I had a bun fight once in grade 3. Okay, that's true. Something non-messy like buns would be kind of fun. I mean, I've had stuff like that. What was I doing? Okay, let me correct that. I guess I've been in a food fight, but it wasn't really a food fight in the correct spirit of the thing. And what I mean by that is I was in a food fight for theater, and the bun fight that Fox mentioned just now reminded me of it because we actually had, you know, so many fake foods. It was kind of ridiculous. And like mashed potatoes, quite literally, they were made out of mashed potatoes. I'll give you that. But it was actually a purposely barely held together ball made out of instant mashed that was purposely so dry that thing just basically hit somebody, went poof, and like exploded in a ton of things. They're a ton of little flakes. So then between scenes, because we needed that person later on in the show, we just took them behind backstage and vacuumed them off. Like, it was that level of just lame. So that's why I don't really count it, because it was a, you know, theater just never really holds up to reality. Oh, but we have to. Yeah, I can follow. If there's extra cost and expense, fine. You know, and then if they need to get more out of you guys, sort of as a result to help pay off extra expense or something like that. I mean, that sounds dumb, but you know, that sort of concept, I could buy. You know, I could buy that idea. But when they're just being punitive because they want the tradition to stop, that's really hypocritical, because I wouldn't be surprised if many of the staffers have actually been a part of the tradition in a previous mess hall. Either the recipient, as you said, the freshman, or the deliverers as an older grade. So hypocritical stuff is not high on my list. I'm going to roll this Nelly one because I don't listen to Nelly. Biggest fight you've been in was about 40 guys. The opposing number 2 was a jerk. Football. And guys came from the sidelines to get onto it. Oh, rugby. Wow. Yeah, rugby's rough in itself as a game. I mean, I like watching it, but I would never participate. I've known actually a couple of different female rugby players and people who should have been female rugby players. Oh, phooey. I forgot about something regarding waypoints. You get close enough and they disappear, which kind of defeats the purpose that we're looking for. All right. So I'm going to try something else. It's not going to work. Let's go with setting this up. Settings. Beacons. Auto hide. Nope. Waypoint beacons. Minimum distance. Nothing. There we go. That should make it stick around, right? Right? Oh, phooey. It did not. This is the bed I can take with. Okay, we went back to Disney just because it happens to be there. One song with the word night in the lyrics. I don't know about that, actually. I mean, I could think of ones like dream. It's got the word dream in it. I don't know about night.
Hello there.
Oh, there you go. Arabian Nights. Woohoo! One song. Thank you, Minx. How you doing? How are you doing? Fine day. One thing I like about our server is we left the, what do you call it? We left the regen rates, if there is such a thing, at default. I tried doing clean out for something like a carpet art at one point on a modded server, unaware that the regen rate had been cranked. There was a reason for it, but yeah, so I spent a good amount of time breaking grass before I realized that there was no way I was going to beat it. And I just had to sort of put up with it. Very, very good to see you. By the way, the Mama Bear needs to know, actually as does Fantastic Sherlock Fox and any other mods I might have hiding in stream at the moment. Didn't I just... Jay, where are you? Need to know that how to remove death point. Every waypoint remove distance. Oh. Whoops. Okay, well that might explain why I'm not seeing it. Okay, well. Yeah, that would be why I don't see it, because I can't. Okay. So we're going to just set a real waypoint. Create waypoint. And I don't care what it's called. Save. And then I'm going to take this one. Edit. Oh, I can't. It's a real one. That's a temp one. Enter type temp. Nope. Yeah, it's groups. I'm going to remove points. Create. Save. There. Close enough. This one. Remove. Create. Save. Maybe. Ah, got one. Okay, so those won't disappear. Perfect. So anyway, I can't remember where I was. Oh yeah. So for the mods, there's been a minor change to the shoutout. Nothing big, but you'll notice sometimes that the wording is more unique for the people that are streaming. That is an experiment, and if it seems to be going well so far, I'm going to leave it until I get feedback otherwise from either you guys or the streamers that the text portion of the shoutout now takes information about that person's stream and basically osmonizes it.
Thank you for the raid, Terrier Darts, and welcome to your 7 viewers too.
And there you go. There's the other addition I was just going to mention. Welcome on in, Terrier Darts. Good to see you. Long time. Hopefully your stream went well. Please do tell me what you were working on today, because I assume that it's some sort of major groundbreaking monumental project.
Welcome.
I did what? I don't know. Oh. No, that's not TD. Heavens no. I'm not that rude. I would have asked first. No, that is just one of the fine creations that apparently is owned by Google, because it loves to tell me that over and over and over. And we have an adventure. Oh, this is going to be fun. Alrighty then. So, I apparently have my first beehive of the season. Did not know that. DD has just dropped in a few times and seemed to like what I was up to, I guess. Today we are chopping some space because I'm working on a carpet art of the Beatles that... Where's the... Just gonna hit the reference real quickly and then we can pull it out later. But it's going to look like that, hiding in behind the text and whatnot. So yeah, where's the drop reset button? This one. Boink. Or not. Here we go. So it's going to look like that on the ground. But at the moment, we have a minor problem only in that I thought I cleared enough space, but turns out I didn't. So I'm sort of shooting the breeze kind of randomly while we chop out and dig up the dirt for the rest of the space. I also have one of our fine viewers, Mama Bear, is working very hard on the last of the materials because when we started laying things out on the weekend, for our stream weekend, from the Dadcraft community servers, that unfortunately I didn't have enough materials, so Mama Bear was kindly on the case and has been ever since. Software and game development. That's pretty cool. Did a few bits. Today we did our first co-working stream. So you wrote some docs for the new Discord product, added a feature to the SUP package builder, and did some more work on the raffle code. Ooh. Neato. Neato. The work that Terrier does is very, very useful in a lot of ways to a lot of streamers who are into the usage of the streamer bot. I quite like it. I'm very confused by it 90% of the time, but it is incredibly powerful because people write easily importable and easily usable code for pieces of it, but also for anyone who is a coder in C# already, you can generally do just about anything you want in there. Just about. And I am not a coder, but I know enough to be able to read it, and in some cases tweak it when I figure out what I'm doing with a particular activity. For example, I had to tweak part of Oswin's code just because it turns out that there was just an accidental duplication in the way part of it was written. So yeah, I probably did things, quote unquote, the wrong clunky way, but hey, it works. In some of the code, it was just duplicated, and all I had to do was comment out the right piece. So it's not like it was rocket science. But yeah, so Terrier Darts is definitely someone to be worth watching if you're into that sort of thing. Otherwise, he's a variety streamer, and usually it's Code and Shatter the days that I've actually been awake, because he's across the pond from here, which means that it takes a when I get to watch is not often when he's doing much more than nose to the grindstone type of things. So that's different. Trying to do co-working streams to try to boost your productivity. You've been slacking recently, so it's just blurred cam, blurred screen, and some lo-fi music. Makes sense. Makes sense. So and it's a little bit more, I guess, ASMR unless TD starts talking to himself. Well, it's also a great measure on record if you do start to lose your mind because of all the stress of what you're working on. You have video proof. There you go. Which, I mean, has its pros and cons, right? No, I didn't really say that out loud to the viewers because I wasn't really talking to viewers. But we have VOD proof. Uh-oh. 1 hour of work and 10-ish minutes break seem to help. Yeah, I can totally follow that. So I switched my Lego onto Mondays, and so yesterday was the first Monday stream, and I said, yep, I'm going to plan 3 hours, because that's what I usually did for Lego on Fridays, and I think I ended up, I was 2 minutes late or whatever because some Lego cam issues or some other reason, I can't remember, but there was something else. So I did that, but then by the time I was done actual work, I think I managed to stretch 3 not overly full Lego bags out to being 3 hours and 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, or something like that. Though I will admit I did do, it wasn't really 3, really maybe it was more like 4, because I had 4 bags, because I had other stuff I was doing. But yeah, it was a Harry Potter Lego thing, and I'm one of those people who gets a kick out of it. And I'm not a dyed-in-the-wool, be-all, end-all, must-like sort of thing, but that's one of my favorite themes to build, just for, fits and giggles, maybe. I also am a little bit pokey on the way that I do the chopping out in these streams, just because I easily get motion sick, so I just have to be careful of too much swing when I'm playing. I've tried mucking around with field of view and you know, a million other settings and just never quite seem to get it right. So I just, usually if I know I'm going to be doing this sort of thing, I remember to take motion sick meds, but you know, that takes forethought and planning and things I didn't do today. Have a good meal. Enjoy. Yep. Enjoy. All right. Where are we on the Geek Out at the moment is... Where did I see it? 2 titles by Nora Roberts. I don't even know what genre Nora Roberts writes. If anybody knows, please do tell. I didn't bring the bed. Didn't bring the bed, so I have to find it, use it, and get out here. Free coffee, just because I'm a little stuffed up. Romance writer. Oh, yeah. Well, then I really wouldn't have read it. Is it something of the nature that might be, how shall we say, appropriate for near checkout type of things? Call them the near checkout ones, because sometimes you go into the grocery store and there's like, people used to call the dime store novels, right near the checkout counters, because they want you to impulse buy these things. That one goes there. Well, feel free. The one I would not recommend asking in this place. Okay. For personality reasons, the one I would not necessarily ask at this point, although they would have an answer, would be Oswin, just because yeah. I don't know what to call Oswin yet. I don't know, somehow that just feels weird. I have dirt, and okay. This, I'm gonna need that one and this one. Where was? We can go there. And dirt. We have dirt. This can go. Excuse me. Take these ones out so we have room for the just dirt piles. And this one, that one. I feel I have a need to stay organized because if I don't, then we will never get anywhere. All right. On this left side now, so I should probably go grab the bed. Yeah, you're welcome to ask Oswin, just with the young, supposedly naive monk type character that Oswin's been instructed to run with. It would be kind of awkward if Oswin knew too much about Nora Roberts, if Nora Roberts is sort of the like Louis L'Amour grade, near the checkout counter type of book writer. This is a bit of a problem. I'm gonna try and leave that till last. They don't really want to deal with it. Debating the best way to deal with it. I see there's water in there. I don't have buckets with me, but I could probably go grab some. And use that method to start by just putting in waterfalls from the top, which solves a lot of the problem, but then I can cap it and most of the mobs will stay at the bottom because of the waterfalls. That might be my best move. I do not like mobs at all. Can you tell? People say, why on earth are you playing... Like, I've actually been asked, why on earth do I bother playing on a survival mode server when I really don't like being hassled by mobs, and I'm a bit of a chicken, and so on and so forth. Mobs, most of the time I can handle. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's just that... Maybe I should just get rid of that so I don't have to worry about it. It's funny, I whine sometimes about wanting infinite numbers of supplies, and yet infinite isn't really the truth. I like having limited supplies. I actually like needing to gather them, and trying to figure out what to do with what one has, as opposed to, you know, like creative mode, you can have whatever you want, block whenever you want, as much of it as you want. And aside from me not being crazy creative to know what to do with all those blocks, I don't, yeah, it just doesn't, it feels to me, kind of cheap. I don't know. But also, in creative mode or peaceful mode, it's always, solo worlds. I'm not playing with other people, for the most part. I mean, this community did have a survival multiplayer flat world. I don't think it's peaceful. But anyways, the point being, yeah, okay, then you can share with other people. We still didn't have creative stuff as far as I know. Maybe we did. I wasn't a part of that because that was a Bedrock thing. But all that to say that it didn't feel right. So I like working on the farms and stuff like that to be able to obtain the supplies and or spending hours doing the mining and the chopping and whatnot to be able to get things. I actually like that quite a bit. So the side effect, of course, is if you don't want to do that all by yourself, even just having it's, I don't know, there's got to be a foreign word for this, but even the ability to just be. So knowing that there's other people on the server, or knowing that there's potential for other people on the server, whether they bother to come see your work or not is irrelevant. But that makes the game so much more interesting to me. So that's part of why I do it. And mobs are an unfortunate required side effect of that. You picture Nora Roberts on books on the table at Costco. No names come to mind. Well, I mean, if it's more than 5 minutes, feel free to roll it to something new. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's nice knowing others around. Exactly. Fantastic Chuck Fox have done a lot of that in our time together, even before we got married. Is, like when we first started dating, we'd have dating time, but then there was also, well, sorry, I can't go tonight because work has got me writing training documentation, and I really need to get these slides and documentation done for the business trip to site they're making me take, next week, which means I'm going to be away. And I was like, oh, well, that's fine, and I just hang out. And he's like, well, you realize I can't talk to you a whole lot while I'm working. It's like, that's fine. And we just developed the I wouldn't say, habit's not the word, ability maybe, to be in the same room with each other most of the time. And I know I've changed over the years, so there's a lot that doesn't necessarily work in the B category as much as it used to, unless I've got something I can hyper-focus on. And back then, weirdly enough, Fantastic Sherlock Fox used to collect pennies. So some of that was, we would just be at his place and I would roll pennies. Because it was something repetitive that I really enjoyed doing. And it allowed him to get his work done. And then so when we moved out, there was a lot of just be. Sometimes I'd be playing video games and stuff. Like I would get a kick out of watching him play video games. And then I got into World of Warcraft. I don't remember why. I think it was because my coworkers were talking about it. Something like that. But anyway, so I got into playing World of Warcraft and he didn't mind doing his thing while he watched me. So we just kept off with the whole be thing. Just being in the same room. And I mean, we do other things together. That doesn't really count as, quote unquote, together time in the full on, I guess. It's not a date night.
Hello.
But the part of me changing over the years is I'm more aware of, we eventually got an ADHD diagnosis, but how that relates at the time, I don't know if I talked to Zero off as much or if he had the opportunity to be more tolerant of it or what the deal was, but it was different. Hey Zero, how goes? All good to see you. Happy to see you. There we go. Yeah, words. Words, they're a thing. Do they work? Not always. So anyway, where was I going with that? So when Terrier Darts or Pony, or I'm saying that wrong, are talking about, like sort of co-working spaces, but really it's almost ASMR, is it gives the opportunity to be. And actually I like that concept. I don't think I will do too many things like that myself. But I could see a use for it in the sense of, like when I'm reading more about ADHD and behaviors, one of the things people talk about as a strategy is called body doubling, which truth is it's really a B format, which works for other people to get things done, right? It's not just a distraction reducer, but even sometimes artificially gives you a bit of a, I don't know. They say dopamine boost, which makes it sound like a drug, and I guess it is technically. But it can give you a bit of a boost just to have somebody else there, even if they've got nothing to do with what you're doing, and they're just there. It actually helps to keep on track doing things you don't like. Nope, I did not actually. Zero. If you can see the bottom left corner, that collection of 4 Beatles is what we're going to have laying on the ground eventually. And I just did not clear out enough space for it, because initially I was going to make it smaller, and then didn't really realize just how big, or how many chunks 128 squared was. Last time I did a major CAD file art for like mystery themes, I did 125 squared, and that was my design. Not my design, but my choice of size. This time I used a carpet art maker. Excuse me. And it defaulted to like a map size of 128. I didn't bring the bed. Smart. So, where did I put the bed? Oh, in the same spot. There we go. So this time around it's 128. It's a little bigger than I had expected. Even 125 would have been a problem. Excuse me, I can't sleep when you're in the way, guys. So I have, yeah. I think so far, at least today and on the weekend, Oswin in his current state is not too much of a hassle. So I think I'm going to let it be. No, that's a bad pun. It's not intended. I'm going to let him alone, I guess, and let him keep his brains for now, as opposed to dumbing him down. And, oh, sorry. Don't really want to turn him back into a scarecrow at the moment. But his personality is a little bit in my face sometimes. And anyways, but it's like so this idea of doing a stream where you may or may not talk. It might be just an ASMR or some good tunes or the game sound or whatever it is, and just let it go. And there's not a whole lot of conversation or interaction, which is during certain hours, I think that worked fairly well. What I've said to Fox on multiple occasions is not just that I talk enough to probably pour the paint off of a wall at times, but one of the other things is that I don't mind if I'm somebody's radio station. Feedback is great, and feedback is always, I could say my goal. But then again, there's times where sometimes stream feedback is just a whole different layer of things to pay attention to, things to keep up with. So, yeah. If you ever end up seeing a weird subject line for a stream that just says practicing B, either A, I've picked up a head cold and can't talk, or B, no bad puns there, or number 2, there we go. Either 1, I picked up a cold and can't talk, or 2, we're intentionally doing a presence stream in that sense. Okay, so Zerd, you're asking about A-B format. No. I said a B format, and what I mean by that is, think of when people rent a space. I can't remember what it's called, but you can rent an office, and some people do that when normally their job is a work from home. It's not that they don't have an office, but that they feel that they miss having other people. Like there's no water cooler conversation, or there's no ambient shuffling, or I don't know, the want Charlie Brown style from the guy on the speaker call in the next cubicle or whatever. And some people just need that. And so what I mean by that, the B and the present stream would be quite literally people just existing there for other people to not, to artificially not feel by themselves. So it's not necessarily a loneliness per se, it's more of a discomfort with not having, say, other people around you in the office. And so for me, a B or presence stream unlikely as it would be for me to run one, that would be one where literally I'm just doing my thing, and if somebody needed it as their background ambient, whatever it is, radio station, pick your flavor of the day descriptor, then that's fine by me, you know? And so that's what it means. It's just, I used to describe it as when Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I got together, and not to repeat that whole story, but just to say that we spent a lot of time just being in the same space as each other without actually really interacting, because either one or the other of us was busy or distracted by something else, whether it be, for me, it was gaming or rolling pennies, or something else for him. Often early on, it was the fact that he had work documentation to write, and we didn't really have the opportunity, because of the work stuff, to be able to spend time together, like actually interacting. So we just spent time quite literally just existing in the presence of each other in the same room. So yeah, that's what I mean. And so I was using the term briefly from sort of an ADHD concept, and sometimes they call it body doubling. Now, that can be doubling in having twice the presence, as in twice the number of people there. And frequently when people use it in a more literal sense, you'll often have people, while it really can mean just being in the room with the other person who's doing whatever it is they need to do, and you're there for them in that sense. It can also be...
Thank you for the 4 long months of subscribing, Exa0 Ed.
Yeah, that's cool. That's totally fine with that. You know, it's funny because for some of the streamers I know, they'll actually lurk in another person's account, another person's stream, via the account attached to their bot, specifically for that reason. They don't want to be interacting at that point, so their bot just lives there, and they may be listening, but it doesn't actually interact or do anything, and often doesn't get asked to, because it's sort of a quiet indication that the actual streamer may or may not really be there. And that's cool, you know? In the body doubling sense, though, some people would probably argue with me on the term, and that can be stuff like, if let's say 2 people are going to be doing that, like, body doubling concept for each other, and one has to fold laundry, hypothetically. The other one could just sit in the room and sometimes talk to them, or it could be that the other person may just sit there and, you know, I don't know, read a book or whatever. As long as the person doing the activity, sort of that is the focus, doesn't feel ignored. That's kind of the point. But it can also work with people doing the same activity as the focus in the same room. So, for example, if laundry folding was the focus, then having both partners, or both people, I guess, partners in terms of the pairing to get the work done, if you had both folding their laundry at the same time, and then whoever is finished first just hangs out till the other one's done, then that can work too. And to some people, that's more of a doubling effect, is because there's 2 doing the same thing. However, it goes to the point where there's even an app actually put together by a British couple that they call Dubby, D-U-B-B-I, and quite literally they record themselves doing activities around the house, like cleaning, or usually cleaning or folding or various different things like that. And the idea is for people who don't have someone else around willing to work with them or double with them, that they can play the appropriate video. Sounds kind of odd, but play the appropriate video from this couple, who are very fourth wall breaking during it, which I find kind of interesting. And it's like, supposedly, like, you're not alone. I'd have to at least, you know, cast mine to a television. I don't think on a phone would be enough to make it feel the way I would need it to. But that's the concept, and they're not necessarily, I mean, they claim they're not necessarily out to make money. The app itself is free. I've downloaded it, I've never used it. But that said, I like the notion, I like the idea. And really, I think, to some extent, that presence effect or B effect, or I don't know if you want to call it doubling, maybe, whatever effect, I think is probably the basis behind a lot of the current reason for the existence of talk radio and or podcasts. Not that the content isn't interesting, but, you know, frequently the content is interesting. People do want to hear what the presenters have to say, but I expect that there's probably something there to the success of it, because people can basically choose whatever background content that they want while they're doing whatever it is they've got to do in the day. And I'll admit, if I'm listening to content, even if it's I know, having another screamer on in the background or something like that, it will actually get me to keep doing something. So, for example, if I'm let's say that I am doing a bunch of the grind for Minecraft. Okay, I'll just pick that one. I mean, it's not really a surprise, but you know. But if I'm doing the grind for this, and I've got whoever we've raided into on in the background, then that will keep me interested in going, like in continuing to do the grind over, well, not over and over and over per se, but it'll keep me working on that grind because I've got something going on in the background. Whereas it does, for me at least, help so that I don't revert to, oh, well, I'll just take a look at this one thing that came in, maybe a notice of a new comic, because I follow a few comics on my phone. And then that gets me into, you know, scroll purgatory. See? There we go. Yeah. So anybody's welcome to drop in, drop out, lurk, etc., whatever. And I noticed during business work days in North America or wherever, Europe, I guess, mostly, I get people who are done their day, like Bob Breen usually has done his day. Jay would be generally done, depending on what shift, you know, people are working, generally done her day. I don't get the Aussies during daytime streams anymore, which is a shame because they're some of my greatest supporters, but that's okay. Some of. You know, but I mean, I'm radio for Mike. I'm radio sometimes for Dadcraft, and so on it goes. I should probably G, where are these? And adjust. Did I get that waypoint correct, or do I need to fix it? Oh, not quite. Almost. This needs to go 2 more to the whatever this direction is. This one, 1, 2, this block. 31, 51, 44, 30. Okay. That's interesting. What am I? Uh-oh. Okay, fine. I'll do it. There's that. 31, 51, 44, 31. Oops. Hello. Click. Hello. 1. Save. That should be ready to read. Nope. Number 32. Of course. It would be. Edit. That should be right in. 34, 32. Come on. Okay. Is that what I'm looking at? Oh, I changed the name. Ha ha ha. Please, man. Use my brain. Okay, there we go. Yes, that's better. Okay, that one's right. Double check the other end. Oh, I do have some of these nasty trees. Wonderful. I have to adjust that. Get a little bit closer. Oh, that's not bad actually. This would adjust the X. Okay. Okay. Where am I? Oi! It's a great spot to be. This way. Let me change that one just so I remember. This will be by 2. Y or Z has got to go up by, I think. No, that's right. There we go. That's right. It feels weird, like it should be nighttime, and it's definitely problematic in this corner.
Greetings.
Hey, see, good evening. Welcome to the world of B. It's also funny because if I'm not paying attention, all that much. Oh, sorry. Then sometimes if somebody is to talk about B, just singular like that, I don't think the Buzzy thing. I think of Sheep Queen because her real first name starts with that letter. I'm gonna have to take out this whole clump because it won't despawn properly if I don't. How's the map art coming along? Well, no laying down blocks progress since the weekend, but I'm trying to clear out more of the space that I should have cleared out initially. I didn't realize how big the art was, and apparently I'm running out of space. Okay, and let's do that. Yes, I know, crazy thing. We need to empty out stuff. I don't necessarily want the chunk borders shown this much, but I don't have a lot of choice. Okay. This one. Those yet. Yeah, okay. That's a very interesting shutout. I like that. That's cool. So, the shutout visuals on screen are the same as they've always been. Same as they've ever been. Okay, great. But the text content shifts, and so that's one of the things I'm enjoying in chat, actually, is I'm getting to see these ChatGPT responses to shutouts. I find that kind of an interesting one. Getting really dark. But yet it's not thundering, so there's not much I can really do about it, I don't think. I'm gonna try sleeping it off. Nope. No thunderstorm. What do I have? Yeah, I've got that. Guess we'll go back over here. How far do we need to go? I'm somewhat avoiding the trees in the dark oak forest, just because I do not want to get shot at the moment. You know, my love of mobs, right? The dirt and grass guys are probably pretty bored at the moment. I like that, actually. That really describes your channel well. One thing I do like about it is also that when we shout out people more than once, then they are more likely to be different each time. But here's the thing. I forgot to turn back on the stream team listing and the other people who were on the stream weekend. So poor people didn't get much of a shout out, except unless the mods were on it manually. On the other side of that, though, is that where's my marker? Green. Okay. On the other side of that, though, when we have manually timed shoutouts, they're not going to be, what's the word? GPT related. So those will be kind of boring. The ones that run around on a timer. The ones triggered by mods will be interesting. Or more interesting. Just the way it works at the moment. It allows it to switch so that I don't have to worry about having things sort of stay up to date based on how the streamer describes themselves. And sometimes I've seen the odd time where the GPT response has apparently had access to some of the more AI features that are coming out involving descriptors for how do I put it? When some of the AI stuff now is able to do description summaries of what's going on in a video, so it comes up with a description for you, kind of thing, and then that means that some of the shoutouts can be a little bit more up to date, I suppose. Anyhow, well, that's what she said. That's what she said. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the reality. As impressions and all. Alrighty. Now I still have stuff in the corner. I am forever switching up things when it comes to tweaks and things. I think I've got an addiction to it. No, nobody's surprised by that in the slightest. But that said, I do need to let things settle every once in a while. Okay. So I've got enough. I guess I could do this one. Yeah, we're so close to getting that corner done on the top. But I guess I should take out these trees. Start with this one. I also don't have little dudes picking stuff up in dark oak, and it's not worth changing it because it's temporary. That's fine. Well, you know, if it's not me zeroed, we'll have someone else equally fun to listen to, and hey, if it ever is appropriate, I don't mind being your radio, you know? One of those things, once and only once, I described my stream in text as, is it like the Forrest Gump of Minecraft Twitch streams? You never know what you're gonna get. And then I decided later on that was a little bit pretentious and presumptuous and uppity, so I never did it again other than till just now. So yeah, there you go, there is that. You know, like when people say, I did a thing, I said a thing, and then I regretted it. That's normal, I always regret it. I have a spot for leaves, but I don't really need them. Lego Mondays, indeed. I'm not quite sure how that related, but the Lego is now Mondays. Yesterday that worked out well numerically. I don't expect that it shall always be the case. But... okay. Lego Monday this week was really kind of random. I planned stuff, I got a bit of surprise, I had fun with it, and by the way, just so you, for curiosity, for those of you that were there yesterday, although I took advantage of the fact that my voice was driving me crazy to use that as a convenient excuse for the be back soon type of be right back screen, yeah, I was being silly a little bit yesterday because I wanted to show off a score from the weekend. And my voice was just not cooperating in the morning. And today it isn't cooperating a whole lot better, but I don't think I'm going to have to cancel my stream midstream. So I think we're okay-ish. This. Where is the green marker? Come on. I put in a real one. It's not a fake one. On this row, farther back, past... oh, there we go. How many more trees do I have to get rid of is kind of what I was looking for. But anyways, so yesterday my voice was going in and out, and I really legitimately did need a drink of coffee. Or water or whatever it was. I actually did have issues, and I just used it as a chance to have a little bit of fun, I guess, with the Gringotts Bank thing, and because I wanted to show you what I'd found. I was really tempted to just say, hey, look what I found on the weekend and call it a day. But the idea of pretending that I was building it and then having it suddenly finished was like a last second decision. Fox has suggested something, like doing something creative with it, but he hadn't really come up with any suggestions that I could steal. So I don't know. But nah, let's just do it the classic I'll just tell you about it sort of way. Then when my voice didn't cooperate, I was like, oh yeah, I could just do this. Sometimes I wish Minecraft had a way of deciding for you what leaves were going to despawn, so I didn't actually have to chop things apart. Green. Past that tree. Okay, so... And the other side of it. Okay, I guess that's good enough. Get this one out of the way so I can stop asking that question. Break it up. Break it up! Break it up! So that things will somewhat despawn. And we may end up having to put leaves back when we're done. If I don't like the way it looks. Yes, I know, guys, you are very confused. I get it. I derail mid-sentence. That's one of my skills lately. And so there's the green, which means I need to go there. This tree can go. And then I have to make sure I don't have too much canopy left, because that will grab mobs and grab... Well, it defeats the purpose of the view I'm looking for. Once we get this section of the art actually laid on the ground, then we can decide whether or not we need to pull back any further just to get overhangs to look decent. Let's see, let's disconnect up here. And then later we'll check and see if it's left floating. I don't want that either. Oops, that wasn't a big deal. Come on, break. Keep that part of the tree. Doo-dee-doo-doo-doo. Oh, must have disconnected enough because something just randomly despawned on me. Okay, well, that's fine. And then this one. Hello. That one. It's going to be this corner right there. Okay. 1, 2. But yeah, I enjoyed the Lego Monday thing. That was really fun. Had a lot of fun because it works when my brain's kind of just came in from a weekend. I'm having a Monday kind of day, like mentally. Everybody else, as in, we all know it's a thing that nobody really mentally likes Mondays. It's not always easy to get back into the grind after you've had a great weekend, So, when I've got a day like that, it's kind of nice to do Lego because I can talk about random whatevers, or I can just let things, I can talk about random whatevers and then let the Lego tell me what to do next, which is great when I don't have a whole lot of channels from the working memory in active mode, I guess. Okay, will that break? Oh, it's connected on this side, so we've got to break some of this. And come on. Copy of Minecraft. Let's get these despawns going, please. It sort of wants to despawn, but not enough. And I can't trust it when they're actually connected to the next tree over. I'm not sure it's fully worth me going to grab a garden tool for this. Sometimes I wish fast leaf decay was a client-side thing. And other times I'm kind of glad it's not. And this is one of those ones I wish it was. That's inside. That's inside. Means I need to take this tree down. Reach. No. Come on. Doo-doo-doo-doos. There's the silence thing there for a brief moment. Was not intended. But I got mildly distracted for a split second there, and then went, wait a minute, you're not talking. Well, okay, that's not quite true. The inside was talking, the outside was not saying much of anything, but you didn't miss anything. It was not the personality element or the internal monologue element that should be on the outside. Okay, which makes me sound crazy, multiple personality disorder, which is totally not the case. And I would never want to minimize that situation for people who do have the real deal. This line, I think we're clear enough. Okay, so now we can just hack it up. Yay! We have a few layers to go down. Doing interviews for co-op positions, and the latest candidate said one of their best traits was to keep the bedroom clean. Are you serious? Wow. Okay, so the only thing I can take from that might be even remotely useful in a co-op position would be, great, you're not going to be one of those co-op students that's an absolute slob in the office. Fantastic. Other than that, we learned, what? Nothing? Or that you are easily impressed by your own accomplishments, which, frankly, I'm the opposite, so I guess I'm not really one to talk. There we go. So clearing out will be very, very square to begin with, just because I want the space done, and then we can deal afterwards. And I need to get down to, that was 64. Okay. And in this corner, we have the champion. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, we're on 68. Dang it! 68 now. And I just want to get some of these. Great. Okay, I'm not going to terrace everything on the way down. That's a pain in the neck. Yeah. Eventually I'll do like one block deep. Double stairs. Two coming out of the mansion, but yeah, I'll need this. 67.6. Oh. Okay. I have to start in the corner that's deep, right? Now that we've got the tree part generally done, I could probably repurpose some of the birch guys to be picking up other things like blocks, I suppose. I don't mean blocks, but as in like stone. Yes. But I can't see it. I would recommend checking out YouTube videos, because I do know for sure there are YouTube videos on that subject. And I don't know if it's one of the features that's been built into one of the armor stand pack things for Structura either. I mean, there's all sorts of features you can get out of things like that. But there is actually a weird textural thing you can do. I think that's still in the game. And it used to have, when I saw it last, ages ago, I don't know if it was Silent that I was watching or if it was someone else, but they were using leaves to mark out where that was, and they could see like a visual difference in the material. I can't see the visual difference that they're talking about. And I don't think it's just color. Well, maybe I've got color issues. I don't know. Living with somebody who's got it worse than I do makes it difficult for me to know. But, there's definitely videos on the subject. So I would check it out, because there is ways to tell. But it's more to it. There's a little bit of a setup. And once you've got sort of a baseline point, it's just easiest to mark it out from there. You know who might be a good one to ask, actually, Mike? No-Tail has a markers pack in the store. Perfect. Yeah. Another one that might be worth asking in Dadcraft's community is Max Money might know, and there's a lot of really other really smart brains in that side of the group, but Max is one of those ones that I find very approachable. So if I'm feeling that some of the others might, for whatever reason, be uncomfortable for me to approach, Max is one I can usually ask him questions like that and only feel like a little bit of a dope, not a total dope. Alright. So, my inventory's clear. Let's see what else we can do. So we need 64. When we're 64. Yeah, you can see I was planning to go a little extra farther because of the way the mansion works. Not critical. So let's just take down the bit we need and start uncovering the world. Yes. Tom is very approachable also. I just sometimes find, weirdly enough, I like Tom. I really do. Weirdly enough, I just find my personal timings and Tom's aren't always conducive. So for example, I have that question or the want to know. It's a hyper-focus at that point. And my hyper-focus coincides very, very well with Tom's sleep hours. So ideal as that is. No. Okay, that's not the right tool to do that with. But this one. There we go. So yeah, I want to know when he's not around to be asked. Just the way life is. And Max usually is not around at the same time either. But just pure luck out of that one. Sometimes I forget to ask. I'm not I'm not organized to be functional in time for Tom's streams, so I don't get to ask him, on stream or whatever, but Max is one of those ones that he just happens to be, if I remember, I tend to be in his stream. So it's all a mishmash. We have great people in the community who will answer all sorts of questions, so I love it. This one. So yeah, I still have to go down one more, but at least uncovering where we're at. Not where we're at, but where the edge is and where we're going to be will help. 3 minutes? Okay, I'll do that. We've been having schedule changes in the community, as in who wants to stream when, and there's some good people that have been starting their stream slots. And I don't know if we've got one on Tuesday, right after me, so let me just quickly fire up my list and see. This is the stream location. Nope, that's the wrong one. Not as easy to open. Okay. I bookmarked it, then I closed it and misplaced it. Fantastic. I may have to ask someone else to take a look at the schedule, just because I don't have all the right programs open to easily open that, nor history to easily open that. My browser history in Arc is really messed up. So I like Arc as a browser, but it takes a lot of getting used to, because nothing's in the same place that I was used to. Yeah, for those that don't really know what we're talking about, what did Tom describe it? I think he's a third shifter. So these are our nocturnal equivalent. So that's part of why when you take a look at stream weekend schedules, you'll see Tom on it just about any hour you can imagine, because he's one of those guys who can either make himself stay up to be in a North American time zone and tease people, and love him to pieces when he does, or he can actually stream in some of the ungodly hours that a lot of the North Americans can't or won't, and works with the Europeans for that sort of thing. So one of these days, if we can get Stoner Miner, it sounds like he's just about back into playing from Thailand. That's a part of the planet's time zone we don't have covered yet, so that'd be kind of interesting. Oh, and I got a mouse button stuck. It keeps wanting... Ah. My inventory's full. Why am I throwing things? That doesn't make sense. Anyway. Weird glitch. He has on occasion, I'm not really sure if he ever will again, it was tough to determine whether or not it was something he enjoyed or whether he felt he was just needing to because there was too many questions. I'm not entirely sure. But he's part of the somewhat famous on our server, the Brian and Alex team that people talk about, or Stoner Miner and the name I always butcher in French, Sealgrimper, which some people for some reason shortened to Grim, and I think he was just tired of saying, hey, I prefer to go by whatever, and just answered to it. But yeah, so that was part of that team, and I know Alex doesn't stream. Actually, I don't think I've talked to him in a coon's age, so who knows what he's up to these days. This should go there, and that can go up. Oh, I have things that shouldn't be there. Okay, move those, because I think there's more of... Yep, there they are. I hope everybody's okay. I mean, that's the thing, is life changes and stuff happens for people, and sometimes they can have things go topsy-turvy on them. This, I'm gonna have those. Those out of my inventory. Oh, should have been there. Room. This is these. Okay, so I'm out of dirt space. That's okay. Yes, I know, you can stop throwing things at me for a moment, guys. Kind of a pain when you do that. There was that one. Do this. This one was the bottom one. Let's do that. Do this one. Okay. Throw stuff at me, guys. So we've got about 15 minutes left. And we'll see what we can do with this. At about okay, I'll give it another 5 minutes or so at this. And then we're gonna go see what's in the mail. Because I need a break. I want to keep working on this. And I will probably do a bunch of cleaning this up after, off camera. But I do need a bit of a break. And if I'm going to be doing a whole ton more of the digging down, I'm going to need to remember to go take some Dramamine or something. I can feel the motion sickness headache coming on. And I'm wearing a sweatshirt, which is kind of stupid because technically the temperature outside is going to be about 27 is the high today. So yeah, it's probably actually warm in here, but it's exacerbated when I start to cranky up. So yeah, no, you need to figure that one out. Lurk phone, sure. Those crew weren't from TB though. I think that they were pre-TB because they were there when I joined. And I mean, people go on hiatus and come back, and some people just go and don't come back and don't have an explanation, and oh well, they do their thing. You know? As much as I would love to know what happened, and the whole where are they now type of thing, you know, nobody has any responsibility to tell us where they're going, so it's a nice fun mystery to muse on some days, just wonder what happened, that's all. Yeah, we're seeing more and more slowly come out of Brian's neck of the woods because Brian has moved. Did I really? Oh, I have more trees. Okay. I realized I had that left. I must have skipped it so that I could get down to the corner and deal with the ones I don't want to have. Maybe? This is. I only need to get rid of this one and make sure that it's not going to cause despawn problems. Floaty tree. I'm not sure I want to understand that. That's just confusing, Mike. do get real quiet here for a second. It's not intentional. It's kind of funny though, sometimes I go quiet and then I suddenly discover that not only am I being quiet, but that we just so happen to be currently listening to a song with no lyrics. It's like, well, that's no good. That's no good. In case anybody's curious, the mobs in Minecraft, they don't count when it comes to the idea of being comfortable with B. Just being in presence. The mobs don't count. Would be nice if they did, but no. I'm headed back towards the boxes to empty my inventory because I know I can't carry this all. Oh, I see. Okay. So, I see. It's Washington's delivery crew to make sure he fit. Got it. Got it. Okay. I don't think we've named things in our house. I mean, the pain in the butt fridge is probably about as far as it ever got, and that was only for a while. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna get back, empty no. Don't want to see that. I know I have to deal with it. Apparently we have gaps underground I don't want to deal with right now. It's about as much fun as the ravine. So I was not directly looking at that, and so I don't think it's Bobby's fault that I got to see underground. Maybe it's the fact that I have the free cam, even though I wasn't using it. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Let's eat, empty everything, pick up a little bit of mess, and then go to the mailbox. Because it's things you gotta do. Change of scene and all, right? Alright. This one, have those. That one. These.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Bob. I was actually talking about you earlier. Not necessarily intending to, manifest Bob, but hey, it worked. We're just more talking about time zones and stuff, being radio for people, that sort of thing. This one has sticks. This one has those. Which things are here? Here we go. Here we go. It does make me smile and laugh, but I wouldn't necessarily say what Bob does is pottering. That's probably a little more rude than he intended. Sorry. Okay, what do we got? Move the bed, at least to the other side. Saves me a little bit of running around. And that's also a little closer to where these guys need to be put away. So let's grab things. Are they despawning already? Nope, they're not despawning. The pickup crew is coming in. Start with the far away zone, because the LAs can only pick up stuff within about a 16 block radius. Obviously one of them figured I was going to overshoot all the way down to the end. Let's go that way. I'm going to put the shears down here to force things not to be in my inventory. Head back. If that's all there is to pick up, that's great. I like the robot. Okay. Did I miss anything? Nothing outside. Okay, we're good. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I've got 7 guys and 8 leads. So let's get them put away. Put away, sorry. Let's get the guys tied back up so I can leave them behind. And then we'll get out of here. You, sir, you can start over here. buddies. Come join you. Come here. Oh, come on. How can I miss that badly? This one? Can I leave some of that dirt in your mailbox so you can keep making mud? Sure, can do. Can do. I was joking yesterday. I was joking yesterday that I'd love to see. Oh, where? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are the other 3? They're like hanging out. Oh, up top. Worker bees, come here. 5. 6. But I was joking about if I ended up with way too much at the end, it may not even be me. We need lawn in a box kits for people who live in the desert and water places and so forth, so that they can have lawns. But you'd have a box that would have a bunch of the dirt, and then like one stack of grass, and call it grass seed. We're gonna have a ton more dirt, so let's go with this. There we go. And stick can go over there. This stone. Yeah, that's grass. All right. I think that it's not a full second box. I apologize for that, but it's easier than otherwise. Do I have anything else I need? I always have this weird feeling I'm going to need the toolbox, so let's put that away. Okay. Osborne, we are planning on making a design on the floor. If that makes any sense. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. What I was hoping for. I can't think of anything else, so let's just head on out. I know right now I don't have a stack of 32 lapis blocks, so I know heading to the district or shopping district for a reverse sale today, as I haven't gone mining since I went shopping, nor have I chopped any trees on the roof, and so not a whole lot available for resources, or funds I should say. So I'll probably take a break after this stream before I get back into Minecraft, because I probably should let things settle in my head first. Maybe do a little bit of Lego, because I need to double check the model I found on the weekend for Gringotts Bank and make sure it has all the parts. Looks like most of it is there, but there's a few exterior layer pieces that are missing. So that's going to take a little bit of auditing time. Yeah, and maybe, hold off on the coffee for a teeny bit and do some cold water just to make all that settle down. Alrighty. Hop in, hoppity poppity. Let me open things, please. It feels like I'm having a slow... Hello. I will... Let's leave that one there for just a moment, because I don't want to mix it up and accidentally drop it in Mama Bear's box. That would be kind of counterproductive. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Pick up. Yeah, it feels like I'm really slow here all of a sudden, like in the way I'm moving. And I think I know why. Duh. Is that there's no beacon, so I'm not running. That would explain a lot. All right. Let's. What do we got? What do we got? Street. Come on. New tab. I want. I can't spell. 101. Okay, so I'm trying to find, where did I put the other calendar? Because I had it, and then I don't have it. This one. That. This one. There we go. Way up there. Alright. So assuming it's up to date, this is Tuesday. So we are watching our fine friend that I have just video bombed them. And we'll probably end up over there. Alright, so we're gonna just go finish back at our own base. That should probably be the smartest move. So that I know where I am when I get logged in. That doesn't help with anything else to get turned around. We had some productive day. I chatted about being productive by being, and we got somewhere, I guess. We got something done. So yeah, that's about the size of it, I guess. I had a good weekend. I enjoyed the stream weekend, and I'm glad to be back on the server. Yeah, I've actually opened my inventory, like quite literally. You guys have seen it as I get on stream, and I look at it going, okay, I was doing this just yesterday afternoon, and I have no idea what I was doing and why I have this stuff in my inventory. Ow. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's like, I've seen those, but I don't remember what I got them for. Can I actually get in the hole today? No, but at least it didn't end up on a splat. There we go. All right. So, we will do the usual. It works best. Huzzah! Ah! Yep, I hit something. Can you tell? So we're getting somewhere. I do want to get to being able to lay out more of the actual picture, as you can see there. But we need to get this red and pink and whatever stuff gone. So that's what I'm up to a little bit more tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more of the blocks laid fairly soon. In the meantime... Mike, just so you know, the reason I thought that was kind of funny and it derailed me was because I was speed read that and it came up as edible signs. I was like, since when? Okay. But yeah, we'll be working on that tomorrow. In the meantime, we're going to head off over to Wolfen's. I hope she's expecting us because, yeah, we're just about ready. And I need that break because that's starting to make me go a little squirrely. I will hang out in Wolfen's in the background, but we all know what I'll be doing. And I guess that's about the size of it. There really isn't more to say. So let's clear this conversation for a moment. And we're going to get that raid started. And I will say thank you to all the fine folks. If I can find the button. There we go.
Mischief managed.
So thank you ever so much for hanging out. I appreciate it oh so much. Special thank you to the raiders. Also thank you to Zero for the resub. And Terrier Darts for the raid. That always surprises me. It's a treat for both of you. Thanks to the moderation team today, including Fantastic Sherlock Fox and Mama Bear. I had a great conversation from Mike Burton, Zero to Bob Reen, Minx Nevada, Terrier Darts, Creef, Wolfen. And that's not everybody, so it dropped. That's interesting. It dropped a few of the people who conversed after Terrier Darts raid, so I'm a little puzzled by that. In the meantime, have yourselves a fantastic day. I will be seeing you on the other side. And until tomorrow, whenever tomorrow hits, bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.